America is a paycheck to paycheck nation, and a Nobel Prize winning economist trashes Bitcoin. Today, I read an interesting article on Yahoo Finance, put out by Fortune and written by Cassie Badaroff, titled Paycheck to Paycheck Nation 59% of Americans wouldn't cover a $1,000 expense with savings. The author of this article referenced Bankrate's annual emergency savings report, which revealed Americans are feeling more financial strain than they have in years. Well, my friends, I'm not surprised to hear about this. Wages are not keeping pace with the rising cost of just about everything in life. Credit card companies are loving this. Just look at their stock performance. Now, the author of this article referenced Bankrate's senior economic analyst who said, and I'll quote, "We are essentially a paycheck to paycheck nation." He went on to say, fewer Americans have the equivalent of a financial safety net to cover inevitable unexpected expenses despite low unemployment and steady growth. Well, this is troubling information to me, but I disagree with how this gentleman phrased things. Let me explain why. Americans who have no emergency savings still have a financial safety net to cover inevitable unexpected expenses. It's called a credit card. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this is the type of safety net people should rely on. Money that is reasonably safe in something like a short duration U.S. Treasury paying in the 4% range with no state tax might be a better plan than relying on a credit card for emergencies. You never know if a credit card company is going to reduce your limit or close your account entirely. Getting back to the article, the Bankrate survey revealed that 73% of people are saving less than in years past, and 27% have no emergency savings at all. Folks, this trend seems to be heading in the wrong direction. What's scary to me is markets are hitting all-time highs. Unemployment is relatively low. New crypto millionaires are minted every day, and yet 27% of these Americans have no emergency savings at all. What's going to happen if and when we see unemployment spike? What is going to happen if we see markets correct and companies announce layoffs? The paycheck to paycheck nation may not be prepared for the dark storm clouds that could roll in. The gravity of this situation is highlighted in a 2024 survey from Empower, which revealed nearly 37% of Americans aren't prepared to handle a $400 emergency. That's pretty bad because many emergencies cost a lot more than that. If the rack and pinion steering assembly fails on your car, it is going to cost multiples of $400 to have that replaced at a dealership. In most cases, the part alone will cost more than $400, unless you are buying remanufactured junk that will probably fail again in a short period of time. Now let's talk about credit card debt for a moment. The Bankrate survey revealed that 36% of U.S. adults have more credit card debt than savings. Millennials and Generation X led the way with 46% and 47% respectively. Generation Z had less debt at 32%. Let's give that generation some time. As they progress through life and encounter real-world expenses, I suspect this percentage could increase. I'm not surprised to hear about 36% of U.S. adults who have more credit card debt than savings. I'm going to share a story with you. Please understand, I'm not being critical of this individual. He was trying to realize the American dream, and he wanted to build a nice life for his family the only way he knew how. Other than being financially stressed all the time, I think he was generally happy. With that said, I know a guy who purchased a brand new spec home with a USDA mortgage, which means he didn't have to put any money down. He then purchased all new furniture with a zero payment and zero interest offer. He needed a new truck, and his wife needed a new SUV, so they financed both. Then, he went to Best Buy and got a Best Buy credit card and bought several big TVs for the home. If you went to his house, he appeared to be doing great. The truth of the matter was that he had a negative net worth to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. I forgot to mention the fact that he had student loan debt and some gambling debts. Now, this was many years ago. The home appreciated in value, and that helped wipe out some of that mortgage debt. But the vehicles, furniture, and TVs all depreciated. He was eventually able to get a higher paying job and get a better handle on some of these bills. For a while, though, he was stressed daily about his debt obligations. There are a lot of people in America who live like this. They appear to live like kings because of credit, as long as the paychecks keep coming in every 2 weeks. When things don't go as planned, the house of cards can blow over. To my point, the author of this article said 69% of respondents were worried about covering their immediate living expenses if they lost their primary source of income. I'm really surprised it was just 69%. Maybe some of these people aren't worried because they have parents or grandparents to come to the rescue if they need money. I know people like this. The bank of mom and dad is always open for them, and that bank doesn't charge an origination fee or interest, and the repayment plan is often non-existent. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "Yet that $1,000 per month car payment seems like a reasonable expense to many." The next commenter said, "Our federal government isn't in much better shape." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Silly American consumers." What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Now here's some bad news for Bitcoin enthusiasts. I read this on Yahoo Finance, put out by The Street, and written by Sabrina Tapa, titled, "Nobel Prize winning economist, Bitcoin will be worth nothing in 10 years. The author of this article referenced Eugene F. Fama, who is a prominent Nobel Prize winning economist. He said, "Bitcoin is only digital gold if it has a use. If it doesn't have a use, it's just paper. Not paper, it's not air, not even air." Now here's what is interesting. He is hoping that Bitcoin will go bust because, he said, if it doesn't, we have to start all over with monetary theory. It's gone. It might be gone already, but you have to start all over. Well, this is what crypto enthusiasts often believe. They think fiat currency is trash and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are superior. They often criticize fiat currencies because governments can always print more to fund their liabilities or fund their wars. This is a touchy subject because there are a lot of people who believe crypto is the future, while there are others who believe it is nothing more than a tulip mania. Apparently, there are some states that don't think it is a tulip mania. I saw an article in the news today on ZeroHedge.com, written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at Zero Hedge, titled, "A third of all U.S. states now exploring Bitcoin and crypto for public funds." I'll include a link to that article in the description below if you'd like to read it. Apparently, Utah stands out as the state closest to a potential implementation. If there is a crypto bubble, let's hope it doesn't pop if states indeed move forward with allowing public funds to be placed in cryptocurrencies. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.